I want to share something with you today that I sensed the Lord giving me last week, the end of last week, that's really been a lifeline for me this week as we have done our first week of a lot of self isolating due to this coronavirus. And being home with five boys who many would say have strong personalities. Um, I I've really been anchored in my daily actions by this prayer. And it has been, Lord, may I not make the big things small or the small things big. I gotta say that not making the small things big has really been helpful for me this week. What does that actually mean or look like? So, one day, the kindergartner, his assigned work was writing letters or words in a material, and I chose shaving cream. I've done that before. I thought I was being really smart. We got a cookie sheet instead of a plate for lots of space. It has a little lip to hold it in. And the second grader got involved. I got busy with the fifth grader, and the dog turned around, and our dining room table that easily seats eight, about a third of it was covered in shaving cream. And uh, once upon a time, that would have been a really big thing for me as a mother. Um, I would have responded with, "What are you doing? How did this happen?" And I just remembered the words, "Do not make small things big." And I took a deep breath. I counted to 10 inside my head and said, "All right, let's go get some rags and clean this up." It was a small thing, even though emotionally it tempted me to make it a big thing. Another small thing was when my boys said, "Mom, we picked 20 pounds of green onions from outside because if you can't have onions, we thought you could eat these. They actually taste really good." And the mud clumps and everything were inside the house. And I smiled and I took a deep breath and remembered that their motive was good. It was to care for us. It was them being creative and resourceful and kind and thoughtful. They just didn't know that we're not going to eat green onions, at least not at this point in our lives, and that we now had a huge mess to clean up. And I remember, do not make small things big. And I took a deep breath and saw what looked like a big mess and a hassle and an inconvenience, and remembered it was really small. So I want to encourage you today, friends, do not make small things big. They are small. And in light of the coronavirus, in light of the love of God and the love that you have for your children, whatever it is that's shaving cream on the table at your house or mounds of green onions, whatever that equivalent is at your house, those are small things. Jesus, help us keep them as small things. The counting down from 10 inside my head is a really helpful thing for me to respond instead of react in a way that keeps those things small instead of big. So, peace to you and victory to you in the name of Jesus as you keep small things small. And the next video we'll talk about not making big things small. All right, friends, be courageous as you share life with one another.